Good morning, Panther fans. Oh, wait, that's the wrong show. Oh, geez. Good evening, Panther fans. How is everybody doing? All right. So,
Welcome to Flying Fluffy Hockey, the number one Panther podcast in the world.
there you go. There you go. I am dropping the link to come join us in the chat. I don't think I can pin it from here, though.
Michael Rosenblatt. Manishma, Michael.
Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy? Bear with me just a half a second. I'm going
No,
to.
Michael, I think I might be done. I don't know. We'll see.
What did he ask?
If I'm going to the game tomorrow.
Oh, okay. All right, let me pin this. Pin? Okay. All right. Now we're set. I had to wait to pin everything. Hey, how's everybody doing? Hey, Frank, how you doing? Now, Rosado, I see you there, but you don't have a camera on, so I'm not sure if that's on purpose or not. But we'll give everybody a few minutes to come on in. So we got some help last night, man.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I kept, and what's funny is I'm looking at the phone, looking at the scores early on in the morning, and I'm double and triple checking because more than one time I've looked at a score and think it said one thing, and then go inside and look at the standings, and it's just my eyeballs. So I double checked all the scores. I'm like, damn it, everybody lost.
All you had to do, and then you should do it first thing in the morning, is check your text messages. Because I sent you a text about 1:00.
I saw it.
Apologizing for the late text. My phone pings when I get a text message, and I was hoping it wasn't going to do that and wake you up.
No.
I know you're an old man and you go to sleep at 10:00. But
at 10 o'clock last night, I was not doing old men things.
All right, so check this out. I'm on Sirius Radio. Thank God I got Sirius. They have basically every team channel.
Right,
so
right.
I'm listening to the Kings Islander game, and they're up 4-2, and I'm like, they ain't coming back on this
right.
one. So
right.
That was good, but I never expected, the Penguins were up 2-0 on the Canadians. That's why we can't take them lightly tomorrow.
Nope. Can't take anybody lightly, really. I mean, look at the Blackhawks beat the Bruins, right, Raven?
Oh, by the way, guys, let's get this out of the way. So I pulled this out of my closet, in the kitchen. I don't know if you could see it. This cup is 20 years old.
Man, nice.
The All-Star game in 2003.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. So, all right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started here a little bit. Just gonna go right on and bring up Rosado first. Paul, you're lined up to go second. Hopefully we've got the echo solved this time, but we'll figure it out. Do you have headphones, Paul? No? All right, well we'll work it out. I can't hear you, but we're doing sign language. So let me go ahead and I'll bring up Rosado and see what he has to say for himself here. Hey, buddy, how you doing?
Pretty good. You?
You're doing good? Okay, good. All right. So this has been a year, and you've been there every single stinking stream. I shouldn't say stinking, but it's my stream, so I can say that. You've been there every single stream. So encapsulize for us, in your opinion, give us the analogy of the ups and downs and the emotions of just dealing with this Panther team, in your opinion.
I don't know. This team has been up and down all year long. Even the goaltending, the defense, the offense has been up and down all year. Sometimes one day, we're not making the playoffs, and then the next day, like what happened yesterday, where everyone lost, and we have a bunch of hope now. So
that's the word. That's the word, is hope.
They just got to take care of business, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, technically, well, not technically. We have it, and this is the worst possible thing. All right, so I won't say it. I won't say it.
All we have to do
All you have to do.
is keep winning. As Randy said the other day, 11-4.
Right.
Why not go 12-3, which is what I called, a few days ago. Let's just go. Let's beat the Canadians.
Yeah.
Because last
Yes.
night the Penguins, I was telling Eric, the Penguins were up in that game 2-0 in Pittsburgh, and the Canadians scored 4 goals. Boom, 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 and then they had an empty net at the end. But
Right.
again, one of the worst teams in the league can beat the best team any day. I mean, the Bruins lost last night.
Right. Right. I know.
They've lost 4 in a row, Eric.
They've lost 4.
Four?
Is it really?
Yeah.
The Bruins?
I
Oh,
think
so much.
that's what-
No, 2 in a row. Don't break Ravens' heart. It's 2 in a row. They are 50, 11, and 5. That's it. They're tanking. They're clearly done. That's it. The Leafs are going to catch them any day now. Have they clinched the division yet? Not yet. Soon. But yeah, look, it's
Raven, I'm just busting your balls, bud. This channel is, we're a bunch of ball busters. Everybody busts mine all the time.
That's true.
Hey, whatever happened to that yo-yo?
That was probably somebody playing a shtick and they went away. I mean, he was there 1 minute and gone the next, or maybe he subscribes to the podcast and he hears all these stories about how I break people's noses and slide high and break their legs, and he doesn't want he doesn't want to mess with me. So Rosado, here's the thing, and it's very important because so far, your predictions have been actually pretty good. You've actually been. I don't understand why, but you've been pretty accurate when you come on the streams and you say this is going to be the score of the game or close to it. So are we getting in or what?
Oh boy, yeah, you asked me that question.
From what I see in the standings, we probably have the best chance out of any team making it in because we have 3 games in hand on the Islanders. Now they lose to the Ducks. The favor is huge on us now.
Yeah, that's the game. That's the game tonight. We've got a few.
Don't be surprised, boys, that the Ducks beat them.
Yeah. No,
they almost beat us.
Absolutely.
I mean, I was telling Eric, I mean, the Kings are a really good team, and I predicted them beating the Islanders last night. I mean, obviously, they're going to want to come back, but back to back. Sorokin, man, he didn't look sharp at all last night.
No. And then the other thing we've got going on tonight is Sabres Capitals. And I've been talking about that a lot on the stream, going over the schedule on a daily basis. And a lot of the hard parts about this is the teams are playing each other. Now, I looked at it. We want the Capitals to win this game tonight. Because of the whole game's in hands and the way it's worked out and everything. So hopefully that happens. It's going to be tough because, Islanders played last night. No, wait, am I right or am I wrong? Hold on a second. I'm saying Islanders. It's Sabres and Capitals. So I had this figured out. Capitals, we have 2 games in hand on them. 1 game in hand, and they're 2 points out.
Where is that game? Buffalo or Washington?
It's in I believe it's in Washington.
Okay.
So, and then the Sabres have a game in hand, and we are 2 points up. So, actually, I believe this is one that we want the Capitals to win. I believe that's and look, we put ourselves into a hell of a position. I don't remember ever having to. I mean, we've done scoreboard watching, but like even the year that we got 96 points and didn't get in, it wasn't 6 other teams. You know what I mean? that's the absurd thing here. Is it's just like every night somebody's getting 2 points, and we're like, we've gone back and forth 50 freaking times over who we're chasing and who we want to win, and it's exhausting. I'm not gonna lie, you know what I mean?
I hate this team
So-
sometimes.
I get you. All right, Rosado, give me your last words, and we're gonna get ready to move on. What you got?
I got two things to show.
Okay.
I got here a John Van Riesbroek signed photo.
Nice.
Nice.
Pretty sure it's from 1996,
Yep. Very, very cool.
and it says "Good luck, John Van Riesbroek, 34" on it.
Nice. Very, very cool.
And I used a lawnmower 4.0.
You used the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0. Fantastic. Stu is speechless.
No, I was thinking about that. Hold up the picture again, Rosado.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
So
okay.
check it out. So obviously, I'm going back years. The Beezer gave me one of his sticks.
Is that right?
And he signed it for me.
Can I have
I
it?
had it in the closet for the longest time. And then, Goldie has a charity. Steve
Right,
Goldie,
yeah.
a golf tournament.
Yeah.
And when I was working for the team, obviously to drum up ticket sales, I worked that tournament, and I decided to donate the stick to raise some money for the
Gotcha.
It was a nice thing.
Oh, that was very nice of you. That was
Yeah, I'm not saying it to toot my horn. I'm saying that
I get what you're saying.
what was nice was it was a game used stick.
Do you remember how much money it got?
No.
Yeah.
I do not. I think they had it in the what do you call it? The silent auction. I think the lowest bid was $500. So
Gotcha. Yeah.
But it was from 96, guys.
Yeah. Very, very cool.
Wow.
All right, Rosado. Appreciate it as always, bud. We'll see you again real soon, all right?
See you tomorrow.
Okay, yep, see you tomorrow. All right. So let me get a sip of water here. We got a couple people in. Let's see. Nebu says, as a Jets fans, you guys wouldn't be in this situation if you had anyone else coaching. What do you say, Stu?
I'm looking at
Jameson's.
Ducks have been playing better last 10 games. So Jameson,
Keep talking. I'll be right back. I got to take care of
Jameson,
Fluffy.
what's their record in the last 10 games? Because I agree with you. They have been playing better.
Come on. I know mommy's home.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the Ducks stick it to the Islanders tonight. But we definitely have to watch out for the teams behind us. The Buffaloes, the Ottawas, Detroit. Again, we have our playoff destiny in our hands. So all we have to do is just win games and not lose to teams like the
All right,
Canadiens.
go ahead and settle down, okay?
We can't lose to these teams. And they're going to bring it. Teams at the bottom of the standings like to play spoilers.
Yeah, Dustin. I've left the pinned comment. Well, you get it, Dustin. You get the
link,
the links for being a member and everything. But I've also put the link. It's the pinned comment. It's the pinned comment. If anybody wants to come on, thank you, Raven. Hey, Tricky Nicky B, how you doing, buddy? All right, Paul, we good? We ready?
Where is True World? Where's Nick?
I think he was here. I'm not sure. He might be having to work. I haven't heard from him today, so I'm not sure if he's having to work or not.
Okay,
Paul. Dang it. Now, why are you the only one with that echo?
What, do I still have an echo, man?
When I talk. Not anymore.
No, I
yeah,
don't hear an echo.
There
Paul,
it is.
turn your speaker down.
Is that what it is?
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Yeah.
Either that or take your headphones off.
Yeah, no, the headphones aren't working, but I can actually hear you guys, and I don't hear the echo like I usually do. So
Yeah, we do.
oh, you still hear the
Yeah,
echo?
we
Okay,
hear
hold on.
it. It's so weird.
What about now?
Let me see. I keep talking.
Good.
That's good enough. Yeah. It's
Hold on one
hardly
second.
there. So
You hear me now?
Well,
Yep.
you see,
all right. So hopefully we got it. Let's see. We hear you. You hear us?
I hear you. Can you hear me without the echo?
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Okay,
echo's
so
on
Stu, I
our
think
side.
Stu, you're definitely okay. So you still have the echo on your side, man? Weird.
Yeah. I'm gonna. You guys keep talking. I'll see if I can fix this.
So, Paul, I have a question for you.
What's up, buddy?
Did you see the tweet from David Dwork this morning?
Man, I'm not on Twitter, dude.
Okay.
So no, I didn't.
Well, it looks like Carter Verhaeghe has replaced Aaron Ekblad on the first play.
Good, man.
Something
Good. Get
that,
Ekblad off special teams altogether, man. I mean, he's good on the power play for that one timer, but he's a liability, you know. So I agree with you.
absolutely. I mean, I've been saying it, for a while now, and he should not be playing in overtime. But I'm anxious to see. I'm anxious to see what they do tomorrow. I mean, you would think that we're going to get a couple of power plays, but look at the second unit. The second unit's pretty stacked too.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I watched the Montreal game last night, and it's not going to be easy against them, man. They got some ballers on there, you know.
And they got nothing. They got nothing to lose. They're just playing for pride right now.
That's it, man. You know, well, they're playing for all of Canada that's on their back. You know, they got that proverbial them in Toronto, man. Well, all Canadian teams. But let me ask you a question, man. You finished all the Cubans?
Are you kidding me? They were gone. They were gone in days.
Oh man! All right, so I'm gonna have to.
As soon as I started feeling better, and when I could taste them, I thoroughly enjoyed them. Thank you.
I understand that, but it's with different things, not cigars. But you know, I understand 100%.
They were
so bad, yeah. You know, it's weird, man. Not having hockey games, watching everybody else play. You know, getting points, not getting points. When I woke up this morning and I saw the Kings won, I was like, oh my god! You know, everybody that needed to lose lost yesterday, man.
5 for 5.
We don't get much luckier than that.
Yeah, we've been fighting that for weeks now.
This thing is basically it's being handed to us on a silver platter. All we have to do is
it is, man. It is.
take
I
care
think
of
George
business.
put a post on Facebook today, and you know, he said something about us being basically tied with the Islanders. And I understand we have games in hand and we control our own destiny, but we got to win, man. If you don't win those games, what's the use?
That's it.
You know?
Yeah, games in hand don't mean shit unless you win them.
I agree, man. I agree. You know, so in my opinion, we got to come out tomorrow and not take a period off. We can't come out on the first and be like, oh, okay, because Montreal will take it to us, man.
Well, I got to add that we have to play a full 60 minutes because the Penguins were up 2-0 at home last night. And I was telling Eric that the Canadians scored 4 straight.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. They got some snipers out there, man.
They popped an empty netter in. I mean, defensive mistakes by the Penguins.
Right. I tried to stay up to watch the Islanders and Kings game, but as soon as the Islanders scored a quick goal, and I was like, oh, man, here we go. But when I woke up in the morning, I was like 5-2. I should have stayed up a little bit, you know. But it's one of those things. We control our own destiny, but like you guys have said earlier in the year, we probably dug our grave too soon in the season. You know, trying to adjust to Maurice's systems, and you know the fact that Uyghur and Huberdeau got traded and all that, injuries. So I think at this point of the year, we should be battle tested, where there shouldn't be any excuses, man. You know, and I'm not a huge fan of Maurice, but at this point, it's on the players. You know, I think Ekblad gets a lot more ice time than he should because of his contract. You know, so I'm glad that they're working Bobrovsky to death because, hey, man, that contract deserves him being in net and proving that he's doesn't a Bob, that he's the number one goaltender. There shouldn't be any excuses, man. I mean, I understand he's in his 30s, but come on, man. These guys are well-conditioned athletes. They got the best medical care in the world. That's what they do. They breathe and sleep, and eat hockey and conditioning and exercising and all that. So, it's either, put up or shut up time, man, with the Panthers. So, and I'm like you guys. I'm a realist. Just one screw up, we get on a little losing streak. We lose 3 straight, we're done. We lose 2 straight, we're like, woo, life support, even more than we are now.
Well, Randy said 11-4 gets us in. I'd rather think 12-3.
Yep.
By the way,
I'm listening. Yeah.
Jeffrey Lippin says bad echo on my.
Yeah, but it's for whatever reason. I don't know if it's only happened when we've had Paul on.
That's weird.
And then as soon as we go,
using my laptop microphone, so I don't know what it is. I don't hear it like I was able to hear it before when I was live, but I'm not hearing it now.
Yeah, no, we're still getting it on our end.
You know what that means?
What?
Paul?
All
right, guys.
Love you, bro.
Talking to you guys.
All right, Paul. Well, hey, Paul.
Yeah.
You and I will do a private thing, and we'll get this situated so that the next time you come on, we already know what the technical issue is. So you're good to go, because you're a huge fan, huge supporter, and the last thing I want to do is cut you off short.
No, it's all good, man. I'm in the very tip of Florida, dude. We barely had water for the past few days because we had a ruptured line that supplies the water to the Keys. So yeah, it's rough down here, man. No hockey, just the beautiful temperatures and fishing and
I'll take it. I'm good. I'm good. Send me a rowboat.
Come to Florida. Come.
Yep.
Yeah,
hey, Paul.
Paul,
do you have a boat?
Yeah, I do, man.
Dolphin.
Yeah.
Dolphin season's coming up.
It's a 17-footer, man. I would have to have like smooth, calm seas from here to Cuba to go out offshore, man. So other than that, I'll end up in Cuba. They're like, "What are you doing here?"
Right.
I came for some cigars.
I know, right? Funny. My friend Stu needs a new supply, man.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll work on the technical difficulties.
Well, we'll get it fixed, brother. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, buddy.
Good, Paul.
Thanks, buddy. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I will have to figure out. I don't know if it's.
That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, because it's just. I hate to put it that way, but it's just his. So there's nothing that I can do on my end with that. But I'll sit with him, and we'll get that worked out, because the last person I want to cut off is Paul. All right, so we got Dustin in the wings here, and then if anybody else wants to join, the link.
Now's your time, boys.
Yep.
You've been calling for
the link is in the description.
Jaws and Stew live stream. Here it is.
You ready, Dustin? I'm throwing you out there. Hey, bud. Hey, Dustin. Can you hear? Yep, that's you.
Dustin. Yeah. Nice to meet you, bro.
Let me turn my TV down. Hey, how you doing?
That would be
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. We're good.
All right, I had to turn the TV down. Hey, Stu. Yeah, that's
good to finally.
I came on to say hi to Stu.
Good to finally put the name with the face.
I can't hear you on this end. That's weird.
Can you can't hear Stu?
What do we do? Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear us?
I don't think
having some technical difficulties, guys.
Okay.
Hold on.
Sure.
I can't hear you on my phone. I'm using my phone.
That's weird. But what, you heard us on the TV? Is that what it was?
You want me to come back?
Wait a second. I got to clear something up here. Okay. Rosado, what didn't I like what you said?
Oh, don't worry. Yeah, no. I think everything's fine there, Rosado. So Dustin, you can't hear us at all. No, he can't hear us. Most
Shoot.
this is turning into technical issues
Have
part
him,
two.
have him leave the room and
Yeah.
then come back in.
Oh, I can't hear nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
Send
Hold on a
him-
second. Let me.
Send him a text.
Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can. What about now, Dustin? Can you hear it? He's gone. Okay, then. So we're 0 for 2. We're 0. Now, I just would like it noted I didn't have any of these technical problems until Stu was here. It was all the other ones have gone just fine.
So you know what that means, right?
What does that mean? Yeah, no. We got Jameson. We're gonna try one more here. This is something else. All right, let's see what we got.
All right.
Are we good?
I hear you just great.
I hear you, and there's no echo. All right, so
Jameson, 5, 2, and 3, huh?
5, 2, and 3 from the Ducks. I've seen some improvement from them. They look, again, one of those teams, they're out of it and they're playing loose. And Gibson's a good goalie, so they look pretty good. I give them a good chance tonight. I kind of see the Islanders picking up a point, but hopefully not 2.
well,
Sounds
right
good
now,
to me.
Yeah.
right now, the Sabres are up 2-0, 10
Right.
minutes into the first period.
Oh,
Oy.
jeez.
Remember the night Gibson 52 saves.
Right.
Did we win that game?
I don't know, but somebody has a thread on Twitter that they've been adding to. I forget who it is. My apologies. But they've been adding up like the number of games we've had this year were like 40, 50 shots, and we only score like one goal or we get shut out.
Yeah.
then-
It shows the record.
Yeah.
I think it's something about goalied.
Yeah.
Uses the word,
Getting goalied.
yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And it
So-
doesn't have to be a good goal either. It can just happen on any night, right?
No, definitely not. It just and look,
Jameson, rocking the roaring Panther. Love it.
Rocking the Roaring
Yeah.
Panther. I got my other alternative that's gonna come up in a game when
Nice.
I come to in the Canucks. But I wanted to bring up my favorite player, who I know you guys rag on a bunch, and you guys get to watch way more Panthers games than I. But my guy.
Hey, hold on a
I
second.
know.
hold on a second. Stu's gonna give Stu a second. Hold on, give Stu a second. I'll let.
This is the
Yeah.
only player jersey that I've gotten in 30 years. So I rag on him because I love the guy and I expect more from him. And I think injuries have really done a number on him. I'm talking, the broken leg, the ankle.
Right.
So, you got to call it like it is. He's just slow as molasses. And,
you can ask any of the women that have been in my life. The point in time that you have to start worrying that I'm no longer interested in you is when I stop complaining about you. When everything is sunshine and roses and I'm not complaining about everything, that means you're not even on my mind, honey. My mind is elsewhere. That is just me. That is just my personality. It's not personal towards anybody or anything like that. I just bitch and complain a lot. And it's funny because even in my personal life, like my normal, like non-sports life, like whether it be my work or my finances or something, every which way it's supposed to work, it works ass backwards for me. So the stuff that I'm positive about and I accept, and I'm like, okay, well, this is how it is, and I'm okay with it, it will immediately turn to shit. But the stuff that I like complain about and yell and scream and have a fit about, that will immediately turn around and start working for me. So I don't know. When I die, I'm gonna have some questions. I definitely have some questions. But No, man, look, Ekblad, other than the fact that he blocked me a couple years ago on Twitter, same boat as Stu. You know,
Yeah.
it's and now certainly it's. I don't even, it's more feeling like you just we don't really know, how much of it is injury and how much of it is he's been slowed down and everything like that. I still see the same guy effort wise. You know what I mean?
His
Certainly
shot
can't.
is still there. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah. I still see the same guy effort wise. Feel bad for him because I don't think anybody wants to win more than him.
Yep.
I certainly know that about him. The only thing I'll say, and I'll give you back the mic. The only thing I wonder, and this is not a question I think anybody would get answered. Maybe in the offseason, somebody might be able to get it answered. But when he came back this year, was it he knew he was still injured and he forced Maurice's hand, or were they like, look, we need you out there, so get out there at 80%? That's my only question. And go ahead, bud.
Yeah, because our depth is really hurting, so we need him out there. And I mean, you said it from the get-go when he came back in the earlier part of the season. He just didn't look right. And
Right.
yeah, he hasn't been the same player since he broke his leg against Dallas a couple of years ago. We know that. Like I said, his shot is still there. He maybe just needs to change his game a little bit. Like get him off of the power play. Don't put him out there in OT. I'm totally agree with Stu. He is just a little defensive liability. He's terrible, and he's just not fast enough for overtime. But yeah, like there's a good player there. It just as he's not even that old, even right. But like it's just everything's kind of catching up. They might need to get him in that third role. Hopefully, Montour, Forsling, those guys can elevate to that first line. And if he's our third defenseman in the next 4 or 5 years, I'm not sure how long his term is. Maybe you guys can tell me that, how long's left on his deal. But I know he's on a pretty reasonable deal for what he produces for us, and obviously what he brings to the team leadership wise. But yeah, he's always been my favorite player growing up, and yeah, I still root for the guy. I know, you can't. The eye test tells you everything when you actually hone in on them and watch them. But I was going to ask you guys one more question, and then you guys can cut me off. But who's your so far this season? Who's your your underrated player? Your like guy who doesn't get the shine because like
Gustav Forsling. Who else?
Unsung hero.
Gustav Forsling.
Gustav, yeah.
Yeah, for me it's for me it's Luosterainen.
Okay, it's a close second.
I'd say if Eric Stahl keeps working himself and doing stuff, he could be by the end of the season. He's not there yet, but I would probably go Luosterainen and Forsling. Those guys are like 1 and 2 as the unsung hero guy that's getting it done, because Montour obviously is getting a lot more attention now because he's just putting up points and he's looking great this year. He's been he's a top tier guy. And we have to pay both of them, unfortunately. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Yeah, and that leads me into you asked. He's 27. Ekblad's 27. And
2 years left.
He's signed for this season and 2 more seasons after this. The interesting thing will be Forsling, Montour need contracts. So are you going to pay them more than Ekblad, less than Ekblad? And then what's going to happen with Ekblad? He's going to be basically a 30-year-old guy who's had some injuries when it comes time to extend him. Just so much there. Like Randy said, I asked him about that because, I'm always looking forward that way. And he's basically, he doesn't look at it because, there's just so many things that can happen. And I agree with that to an extent. But yeah, I mean, that's something that this summer really, Zito's got his hands full. You know what I mean? He really does have his hands full this year because you pretty much figure the guys that he's going to want to get extended, he's going to want to do it in the offseason and not so much waiting for the middle of the year, because then you're entering the season with just a ton of guys that'll be trade rumors. and that's never any fun, you know.
I'm thinking both of them are going to look for 6 to 7 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What did Uyghur get? 6.5?
I think he got 7.
Yeah, 6.5. It was 6.5, 7. For what, 5, 6 years?
Let me see.
Longer than
Let's
that?
see.
Well, while Jaws is looking that up, shoot, I totally forgot what I was going to say.
He signed
But yeah.
He signed an 8-year, $50 million. So it's 6.25.
8
That's why we can't figure out if it was 6 and a
Okay.
6.5.
So,
Because it's 6.25.
so both Forsling and Montour are going to ask at least 6.5.
Right.
And you know what? They're worth it.
Yeah, they're
If
totally worth
Uyghur's
it.
getting that type of money, I mean,
Yeah.
do you think Uyghur's better than either one of them, Montour or Forsling? I don't.
Not my
Not what I've
opinion, no. Not, I mean, I'm sure somebody could show me a graph with all the pretty colors that says, you know, when it's 4-on-4 ice and the day ends with W and everybody wears a yellow jersey, that Uyghur's better. But I mean, I use my eyes. I'm not a big analytics guy, mainly because I'm colorblind. So people show me the graphs and all of that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even see that literally.
Well, anytime there's a Flames game on up here, I'm always honing in on Huberdeau and Uyghur. Uyghur doesn't look great out there, and maybe he's just comfortable with his contract. But he's just same old Uyghur, making mistakes, giving the puck up the middle. Like that's all I see from him. He does have his flashes, and he's good in the offensive zone. But
Jameson, it's hockey IQ.
Yep.
He doesn't have it.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Those things you grow up with. I'm in Vancouver, Canada.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Jameson's why I got a Canucks jersey when I do those videos.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, the Canucks won a game last night.
Yeah, 5 in a row. We're on a good streak right now. We're playing loose. We look
Rick
good. Go, Rick. Got the boys playing North and South hockey, more defensive style than Bruce Boudreau. But I'll sign off. I'll let somebody else come on. But Josh, I know you put it out there to more. I'm going to send you a Blues jersey. I found one at a thrift store.
Oh, man, dude.
Capitals and LA Kings jersey. So we got those three coming your way.
I want the Kings jersey.
Thank you, brother.
It's a dope one. It's got the Stanley Cup final patch.
I want that.
Man.
I want that. I'm calling dibs on that.
I appreciate that, Jameson.
It's a black one. It's not this one. I got this one too.
Not that.
that one. I like this one. So I'm gonna hold on.
I like the black.
Nice too.
Very, very cool.
Great chatting with you guys. Thanks for having me on, Stu.
Yeah, man. Nice meeting you, bud.
All right, bud. Later. Enjoy your night. We'll chat again. Well, I'll email you. I appreciate it, buddy.
Sounds good. Thanks, boys.
All right. Bye. All right. Let me just get a sip here. We've got.
I don't know why, but there's such a delay. I just clicked over to the YouTube.
Yeah, you can't.
Paul is still in there.
Yeah, really? No, but you might be looking at it. So I've got Dustin, somebody named the Echo. Paul is trying it again, and then we've got Sean. So I'm going to go back to Dustin here and see if he can hear us. I can hear you. You can hear me.
Yeah, are we good now?
I think we're good, and no echo.
All right.
Hey,
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. We're a real professional outfit over here. You know what I mean?
Definitely not tech savvy, so.
Oh, that's okay, man.
It was throwing me off because I could see the TV was delayed, and I was like, "What the heck is going on?" And then the phone thing. So.
Oh yeah, man. When I have to, because I stream using StreamYard, but so I don't see the same thing that everybody sees on YouTube. Which, by the way, Svela Hamburger Hut, thanks for the 5, buddy. Really appreciate that. Didn't want to forget that. So yeah, sometimes like there's certain things I can't do that I have to go to the YouTube stream to do it, like pin a comment or something. And yeah, it's just like it's weird because I'm sitting there talking and on one screen it's lined up and on the other screen it's a delay. It gets you all confused.
Excuse me a quick second.
Sure thing.
So Mr. Paul switched over to his iPad.
Okay.
And he wants to try again. So
the Echo. Yeah, he's here. Yeah. So he's next. And then Sean, did hopefully you can. I guess we just lost Sean for a second, so hopefully you've got enough time to hold out. We'll put Sean next if you can make it back. All right, Dustin, what do you got for us tonight, man? Give us something good.
All right. Well, I just wanted to say, Stu, I got you beat. Got the world's best coffee cup that finally came in.
Oh,
man.
that's right.
No, I'll be
Yeah.
waiting until my 65th birthday is June 1st, so I'll be waiting till June to Eric to send me one of those mugs.
I know. I'm look. There's a 3-month waiting list for me to actually be told somebody wants me to do something and for me to actually complete it. Okay. Okay.
Dustin, did you see this, bro?
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah.
This cup
Yeah.
is 20 years old now.
Yeah, thank you, Dustin, man. I really appreciate that. What Dustin's
you're
showing
welcome.
off is the mug that is in my Teespring store. The links are in the description and everything like that. I do believe you've got the only one out there. Stu keeps wanting. I need to order myself a package so I have stuff to advertise and everything like that. One day I'll be sitting in the chair at the right moment, and Stu will remind me, and I'll just do it. That's how things have to happen.
Dustin, you
So-
got any questions?
No, not really. I just wanted to come on and say hello to you, Stu. I've
man.
already talked to Jaws a few, so
Happy to
it's a
meet-
privilege. So thank you.
Happy
Oh,
to
no,
see,
man.
Happy to see the face with the name. This is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, last time I came on, I was pushing for Montour for the All-Star game. I guess
That's
it paid
right.
off because I went to Tampa and I got a game used signed stick from him.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
I don't know if you can
Nice.
see that. So
Yeah, nice.
guess it paid off. So, and then I ran into Randy over there in Tampa and told him thank you for taking the question. Of course, thank you guys for picking the question as well. So
Oh, so that's cool. So you actually were able to communicate with him about that. Yeah, I still geek out about it, man. You know, I walk around the house. I mean, Stu's been friends with these guys for forever. So for him, it's just like talking to a friend. But for me, you know, I play with it with Kyle. I'm like, he asks me a question, and I'm like, I can't talk to you right now. I'm getting ready to talk to Randy Moeller. You know what I mean? I'll play with him. So, and then of course Matthias gets a big kick. You were talking to the TV guy? I'm like, yeah. He's like, wow, you are famous now.
yeah, I guess that's when you start feeling 10 again, huh?
Yeah, yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool, you know. And then sometimes, a couple of times with Billy and with Randy, I was on with them for a couple of minutes before Stu came on. So I'm just, it's surreal. I'm just sitting here on Zoom talking with Randy Moeller. It's just like, this is cool, you know. It's cool. It really, and I owe Stu. I mean, you know, I wouldn't be able to get these guys without Stu, you know, that they're his friends and everything. So,
Well, I got to tell
That's
you,
great content.
I got to mention that part for sure.
Thank you. I sent Randy a text after I read some of the comments, which were all positive. I mean, you guys, listen, we all love Randy and Billy, and we're very grateful. Well, I won't say lucky, because obviously my friendship with them is, you know, Randy's almost 30 years.
Yeah.
But and Billy too. But the fact that they come on a fan podcast. I mean, again, I was telling, you know, in the last, I don't know, I was telling Eric, Billy Lindsay gets paid by the NHL Network to analyze games, and he comes on our podcast, and they do it because, you know, obviously I'm friends with them, but they love talking to you guys, the fans.
Yeah.
Randy makes a point of that all the time because, you know, I thanked him and I told him there's so many great comments. I mean, you know, our subscribers love when you guys come on. So, you know, his answer to me is, I'm happy to do it.
Yeah. It's very cool. Very cool. So,
The most
All
humble
right,
sport
Dustin.
there is.
yeah. Yeah.
We're Flying Fluffy Hockey, the #1 Panther fan podcast in the world.
Stu's going to keep
why
saying
else
that
should
until
they
I
come
change
on
the
this?
name back.
No, that's yeah. When it comes to this,
Yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. You know. All right, Dustin.
Well,
really
I apologize
appreciate
for the
it,
first
bud.
time, guys. Sorry about that, guys, and I
worries,
appreciate it.
man.
no
No
worries.
worries. No worries. Okay, bud.
All right, nice to
See
meet you,
again
Stu.
soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you,
Same
Josh.
here.
Bud. All right. Bye. Okay. All right. So I got Sean. Sean made it back here, so I'm going to try to get to him really quick. Although, and then, okay, I see you now. So I got Sean, and then the echo. That should be fun. All right, here comes the Manscaped T-shirt winning Sean Vergara. I don't know. I'm just adding in.
That
the
was pretty
Italian.
good. That was
Is
pretty
that-
good, Jaws.
Hey,
You did pretty good.
Is Sofia Vergara your mommy?
Oh, boy, here
I
we
wouldn't be
go.
talking to you if I was my Sofia Vergara was my mommy. Let's be honest. I'd be on a boat somewhere with some cigars and you, Stu.
So
Right.
listen, I got a 10,000 stories.
Yeah.
So here's my Sofia Vergara story. So I got invited to a party in Miami, and I had a friend named Lillian who was Peruvian, gorgeous gal, and I take her to this party, and it was like tumult going on in like the entrance of the club that we were in. And I don't know, there were, photographers and stuff. And I had no idea. This is before Sofia Vergara blew up.
Yeah.
She was just a model. And
Before she had a furniture line at Rooms to Go.
No, but I will tell you, she had her manager or whatever they were selling calendars, but I mean, we're talking in the 90s. We're talking like middle to late 90s.
That's when I was born, Stu.
Gorgeous gal. Anyway, and she didn't speak a lot of English then, so but
Yeah.
I got
She
to
does
meet
a
her.
pretty good job holding up the family name. I'll take that.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So what do you
All right.
got?
So
Well-
what do you got for us tonight, bud?
So I just wanted to come on and say thank you guys. Like I've been listening to you guys for a while. I started joining the streams. I've been a Panthers fan all my life. I remember when I used to go to the games, I used to live in Coral Springs. I live here in Atlanta now. I used to go to the games when they used to drop off those vouchers at the bagel shop, and it was like you
Oh.
paid the stadium fee to get in or whatever nonsense it was. I remember those days, like when
wow.
you would go to the game and there may be 150 people at the game because
Nah,
it was
Not
that
that
bad.
bad.
Oh,
May-
Stu, come on.
There were some lean times.
There were some bad years.
Couple of thousand, maybe 5,000 people.
I mean, if we got 5,000, that was like a big night.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
dude, I
like,
remember those days when they were handing out those free
Yeah.
vouchers for
Yeah.
4 tickets.
yeah.
Jeez.
So I was in high school. I went to Coral Glades High School in Coral Springs, and I played baseball growing up all the way through high school and through college, and shit. We used to go to those games every weeknight because of those vouchers. Like the whole team would be in the upper deck watching the games, and those were
Nice.
the good old days. But I just wanted to come on and say thanks for you guys like talking about the team, because I've been a Panthers fan all my life. And let's be honest, there's not a lot of us out there. Like I put in the chat one day, it's like if you're a Florida Panthers fan, it's like being a Cleveland Browns fan. You have to just like be willing to be content with mediocrity sometimes,
Right.
and be content with like suffering, and be content with waking up one day feeling like crap, the next day feeling good, the next day feeling like crap, and then just that cycle.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't have any like. The craziest story I have for you is, and then I'll do one question. I'll let somebody else jump in. One time Verizon Wireless was doing, this was like when Verizon like first came out, they were doing some giveaway. And I was like 10 and I entered when my dad needed a new cell phone, and we got a suite one night and they played the Blue Jackets. It was the expansion year for the Blue Jackets. And it was like 6-5, like some crazy game. And that was the first night that like I like became a Panthers fan.
Nice.
Because of how excited that was and how like amazing. Because I'm Puerto Rican. I played baseball all my life. I played tennis, golf. But one of my favorite sports to watch and be a part of is hockey. And I tell people all the time, we don't have a hockey team here in Atlanta anymore. I'm kind of hoping the Thrashers come back somehow. But there's a minor league hockey team here called the Gladiators. If you ever like follow them, it's basically like they've been an affiliate for like every NHL team. It's pretty hilarious. Like every year they switch an affiliation,
It's a
but
different team, right?
it's basically like the minor league, like MMA. Like you go to those games and they just like want to kill each other, it's great entertainment for $10. But the only question I had for you guys was like, tell me why I should keep my hopes up one day in my lifetime that we'll win a Stanley Cup.
I'll answer that. That's a perfect question.
Yeah.
Because I was getting ready to say this to you.
Go for it, Stu.
The LA Kings came into the NHL in 1967 when it was the first expansion draft. The Flyers were in that draft. I mean, the Blues. The Kings didn't win their cup till I think 2012.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's like law of averages, right?
Wait, I'm not done. The Washington Capitals came into the league with the Kansas City Scouts. I think it was 76, 75. They didn't win the cup till what, 2018?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
we're talking about almost 40 years, 40 something years. So that's what I'll leave you with. One day I will lift the cup.
Yep. That's my hope.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I couldn't answer it any better than that.
You just never give up. Look at the Cubs. They didn't win for 100 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Imagine those fans.
The bigger question for me on a personal
I
level
got to turn my light on. Hold on.
is what year of recaps will I be in when it happens? like will I be like, here comes Jaws, he's like 96 and I've got my cane and I'm just barely getting into the arena and like everybody wants the Panthers to win because this 100-year-old dude's been doing videos for 50 years and he won't give up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's my bigger concern is will I still be alive?
That's my concern too. We all have a time limit, so we need to hurry this thing up, you know?
Yeah. Father Time is undefeated, man.
Yeah.
That dude, he keeps
That's
coming.
why they call us diehard fans.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, no, look,
nobody's
the fan
been
base
around
is
long.
the fan base is not the biggest, but strongest for sure. You know what I mean? Just nobody's quit. I don't think I've ever met anybody that, I mean, of course people say, that's it, I'm done, you know, but I've never met anybody or heard of anybody that actually quit. You know, you come in, you come out, you know, I mean, look, it was lean, right? I mean, once Pavel Bure was done and we had those lean years, it was tough.
It was pretty bad.
It was pretty bad. I've been fortunate in the years I've been doing this. This will be my 7th season. I started the year after the Islanders series. So, I mean, I had a few bad years. They weren't great. But I didn't suffer through like Lucas did. He had done videos like 4 years before I even started. And he went through some, you know, it was lean.
I remember when Stu went through the draft picks a couple weeks ago. You guys were talking on the podcast. I was like, "Oh my god, that year! Oh my god, that year!" Oh, it's like, oh
yeah, it just.
I don't know what we were doing. It was like 3 draft picks, 3 first-round draft picks, fire sale, 3 first-round draft picks, fire sale, like on repeat. I was like, I don't know what we're ever gonna win. I remember getting to the playoffs was like a miracle.
Yeah. Yeah, like the year that we lost to the Devils, it was like 2012.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just like this blip where we won the division. And
I think that was 2014.
No, it was earlier than that.
Yeah, it was like 2012 because I was living in Illinois at the time, and I remember my sister, big Blackhawks fan, and that was like, I think was that their cup run year or a couple years after that? But I remember turning on the TV and I was like, oh my god, it's Florida Panthers playoffs.
Yeah, right. And they almost won around, but that's a different story. That's a different story.
No, but I just wanted to thank you guys for having a place for us, right? Us degenerate hockey fans that are Florida Panthers fans. There's a place for us to hang out and talk and complain about Paul Maurice's tactics. So I appreciate you guys.
100%.
Thank you.
All right, so
the only other thing I was going to ask you, Jaws, if is Kyle a big soccer fan, or does he follow soccer?
No, right. Unfortunately not.
I get a lot of that I could send him if he ever gets into soccer or watching MLS. Like, I'm a big MLS person, so I have I'm a big Atlanta United person, and I have jerseys and things I would love to send him if he ever gets into it.
Gotcha. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, Sean. Enjoy
Thank
the
you,
rest of
guys.
your night. Okay.
Hey,
All right.
Nick, I see you in the chat, man. I think Raven just sent you the link, so why don't you
Yeah.
get in
So
the
we
queue
got
there?
we got the echo, and then if True makes it on, we'll go there, and then I smell pizza. There's pizza cooking. So here comes echo. And there's Frank. Yeah, Frank. We'll let Frank. But we're gonna go with the echo first. No, you want me to go to Frank first? Okay, so we're going to Frank here.
What's up, boys?
Hey,
Frankie.
You guys can hear me, right?
yep.
What's up, brother?
We can hear you now. Go
All
ahead,
right,
Stu.
cool. So I just got a quick question for you. Just following up on the last person. I forgot his name.
Sean.
There we go. So everybody's talking about winning the cup, which is great. I want to win the cup. We want to win the cup, but we haven't had a consistent run in the playoffs in a long time.
Yeah, since '96,
So-
bro.
My thing is, first, we need to worry about making this team or this franchise a winning franchise, like consistently year in year out, making the playoffs, and then have a chance to compete with the cup, right? But dude, like if we don't make the playoffs, why are we talking about the cup? We have to make sure that this team going, future wise, is a consistent playoff team, and that's what I, as a fan, I want to see this franchise kind of go, moving forward, a consistent playoff team, and that
Agreed.
gives you a chance to, compete for the cup. But, hopefully one day, maybe in the next few years, because we still have the window. But hey, we have to compete for playoffs first.
Well,
And we haven't done that in a long time.
so no disagreement there. On one hand, we have really good owners who are not afraid to spend money. On the other hand, every time we make the playoffs and we don't win the cup, they make a shitload of changes. Dude, I mean, Barkov's had what, 6, 7? How many coaches has Barkov had? So you're not wrong. And unfortunately or fortunately, depending on how this turns out, from the sounds of it, and Stu and I had kind of talked about this earlier on in the season, from the sounds of it, it looks like what they're going to do is they're going to say, okay, we've learned our lesson about constantly changing guys, so we're going to stick with this guy, Maurice. I think that's I think that's the space we're in. And Zito, when he had that press conference after the trade deadline, he took ownership of, because Maurice is the first coach that he hired, right? So, Zito's like, we got the right guy. I'm confident. I feel I. So he married Bill Zito, or he married Paul Maurice in that press conference. You know what I mean? If this core, if this group doesn't work out, I think the next changes will be just like a flushing of the entire toilet and a complete rebuild, which I don't want to see happen.
Yeah.
But you're 100% correct.
That's how I came into the team in 2008. We were like, what, like just rebuilding and just selling up for picks and this and that, and we never got anywhere.
Right.
So now we have our core players they're young enough and talented enough to keep it going for at least a few more years, in my opinion.
Yep.
But yeah, man, I just want from this team as a fan a consistent winning franchise.
Right.
Not necessarily like winning a bunch of cups, but just every year competing for playoff spots. Like that's what gives you,
like Tampa Bay, Frank.
Exactly. So they and look at Boston. For the past 3 years, everybody, Boston's gonna fall off the wagon, whatever. Yeah, look at Boston like this year.
Right.
they just consistently in the playoffs. Boston Penguins, the Capitals. Even the LA Kings. Still was talking about the Kings. Like they've been a playoffs team. They took a long time to win a Stanley Cup, but they've been in the playoffs consistently. They sucked a few years here and that, but they've been, most of the times in the playoffs. So,
well, I've never been more optimistic in the last, 3 years. I definitely think after the loss to Tampa that we needed to make some changes as far as the style of play, because it was basically showtime, run and gun during the regular season. And I kind of knew, or I should say I was afraid, when you get into the playoffs, it's basically tight games that are won by goaltending and mistakes.
Right.
Just one defensive mistake could cost you a series. And 3.8. 3.8.
Yep. It happens.
You know what happened with Uyghur?
Right.
That cost us the series. So we're both in agreement with you. But listen, we might be, to be realistic here, the team and winning the cup, whatever, or being that winning team is all about puzzle pieces. And I've always said, like last year when we picked up Giroux, I thought that was going to be maybe the puzzle piece. Sherratt, I'm still on the fence why that was done.
Right.
I really didn't think we needed to, but we did it. But we might be, like, I can give you my experience with the Islanders, okay? When the Islanders finally won their cup, there was one guy that changed that team, and his name was Butch Goring. And they gave up Dave Lewis and Billy Harris.
We lost them.
Two really popular players. And Butch Goring was the final puzzle piece, and the Islanders won. So
right.
We'll see.
All right. Well, we lost you, Frank. Hopefully the aliens did not come and take you away. We're getting ready to wind this down here really soon as it is, but we've got one more, unless
True World.
I know, unless Nick joins us or unless Katie from the broadcast shows up. If she shows up, I'm booting Stu from the stream, and I'm taking care of that by myself. Ed, how do you? All right, Paul.
Hey,
there's no echo.
Really? Did
No
I figure it out?
We're good,
man. All right.
Hey.
Sorry, guys. All right, guys. Sorry about that. And
No.
hey, I don't want to take up any more of your time. I just wanted to make sure that this setup was going to be better for future episodes.
Yep.
No, go ahead.
This will work. This will work. Go ahead. Take. You. We'll close it out.
Nah,
We'll close
well,
it
I
out
mean,
with
hey,
you.
man, you know that we're hanging on by a thread, and we got to win tomorrow, man. There's no excuses, man. That's it. I really want to make a trip up north, and it's kind of weird because of the, I'm kind of like Southwest. So, anyways, I want to make a trip up the Keys, and I was bummed that I couldn't make that Vegas game. Of course, your mom, dude. Hey, God bless. Good luck, charms too. But hey, man, you know what? My dream would be to be able to go to a game with all of us, all three of the people here, right here.
I appreciate that, and
yeah, man.
It's funny because I'm not giving anything away.
Yep.
But there's something that when I see somebody else do something, I get motivated to one up.
No doubt.
I saw something today, and then I thought, how can I one up? And then I said, so I have an idea I got to talk with Stu about, and you're going to be involved with that. I don't know if we can pull it off. We might be able to pull it off, but it would be something that would be starting next season, but it would take that long to put it all together. But definitely, you'll like it. I'll email you, Paul, and I'll tell Stu about it.
Sounds good, man. Sounds good.
That would be
logistics, man.
That would be like something that the channel owns.
Oh, so, that'd be cool.
And when I say the channel, I mean all of us.
Right.
So,
hey, man, like Stu says, this is the #1 Panther podcast in the world. It's actually something that the first time I think I saw one of your videos, Jaws, I said to my wife, look, there's somebody that's just like me, just like me.
Right.
But there was less F-bombs because of YouTube. But hey, private, man, I'm sure we all freak out.
The first few years there was a lot more F-bombs.
I bet.
As things have gone on, the team got better, and that helps. Like last year, I think there was one rant. You know what I mean? It was I can't look like an idiot. What am I complaining about, right?
Nah, for sure, man, for sure. Yeah, that's one of the things that I was worried about going to the game with Stu and being with his mom. I was like, because I was raised, be respectful, especially of people's moms and, whatnot. So I wasn't sure if she was going to join me in F-bombs if we were losing or if I had to write it in.
Man, you only need to sit and watch her. Those fucking referees.
Oh, I hear you, bud. Oh,
my
right.
mother, God bless
awesome,
her.
dude.
92 years old, but she's got a toilet on her when she.
Yeah, that's good. I have a potty mouth too. Trust me. Every other word is F this, F that.
Right.
Yep. Hey, trust me. I took my boat out on Sunday and couldn't even get it over 2,500 RPMs. I was like, F beep.
Yep.
Hey, so Paul, we'll talk offline about you coming up for a game before the season ends.
No, yeah, man, for sure, man. It's been too long. It's funny because I said, shit, I should have gone to the games last year. They were really good. And this year I want to go and they're not. They're like hanging in there. I root for the underdog, man. And we've always been an underdog. I agree, with Frank. We got to grow this market, man. I mean, the thing is, it's the Dolphins, man. They're the number one. The Heat have actually won a couple of championships. The Marlins, man, have actually won world championships before we have even sniffed, a Stanley Cup.
You gotta win. Yep. I always tell this story.
Yep.
It was 1986, and even when you win, it's not a guarantee. It's 1986. I'm living down there, and it was the year following the Super Bowl for the Dolphins, and it was we were playing the Browns. Now, as if you needed more motivation, you got Marino in his prime. The game's, at home. And we're playing the Browns. It was Bernie Kosar, who was University of Miami alumni, right? You know where I watched the game?
Where's that?
I didn't watch the game. I was at the roller skating rink, and they played the game over instead of music, they played the game on the radio because even though it was a playoff game, Marino versus Kosar, the game wasn't on TV because it didn't sell out in time to lift the blackout.
Wow,
I remember that.
A friggin' playoff game with Dan Marino, and it didn't sell out in time. And a lot of times the TV stations, how it would work is they would buy the rest of the tickets. Like there'd be 5,000 tickets left, and WSVN, local, would buy the tickets because they'd make the money back in the advertising and they'd give the tickets away. There was too many tickets up. They didn't do that. So I literally listened to the Dolphin playoff game at the roller because I stay home. I just went to the skating rink. We had a bunch of people. It was like a watch party before they had watch parties. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
You got to win.
That's it.
Absolutely have to win, and that'll grow the fan base. We saw it last year. I mean, I'm just a small example, but my views compared to last year, sometimes they're down 20 to almost 50% compared to where they were last year, and it's just because we're not getting the attention from the other fans. You know what I mean? Last year, people were like, I want to see what the Panthers did. They scored 8. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's not like that.
No doubt.
So you just got to keep winning, and to keep winning as much as I hate to say it, to win, you just got to have some consistency, and
that's true.
I've been
true.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. And that's to speak on Stu's point, the Lightning, man, they've been consistent. Management, coaches, they have a good farm system. They seem to draft pretty good. So I think the Panthers are on the right track. I really think that we have the pieces. And whether Maurice is the right coach or not to implement his system, I don't think we have all the pieces that he may want.
Right.
But I think it starts from the top. Barkov. I expect to see a ton of either assists, leadership, something from him. He needs to really inspire his teammates. Kachuk, man, he's on fire, whether he's scoring goals or getting some assists out there.
Yep.
I like to see a little more from him too. But dude, Montour, Forsley, our core, man. I think they're our core now.
Yeah.
I think that's who we need to build around. Lundell's getting hot. Reinhardt. I think everybody needs to start getting hot right now.
Yep.
I'll tell you a player that could really make a difference. Anthony Duclair.
Oh, 100%.
If we could get some goal production, and that's what I was going to say it a little earlier in the stream. I'm hoping to see 1 or 2 goals from Duclair tomorrow night.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Get him going.
Because if he scores a few goals,
he's a 30-goal scorer, and
the floodgates are going to open up.
It just would make the biggest difference. But you're right. The guy that's really got to lead is our captain.
No doubt.
And him and Huberdeau kind of disappeared in the playoffs last year.
And, for sure.
And he's got to step up and, grow some cojones and lead this team not only into the playoffs, but once we make the playoffs, he's got to shine because, the kid's a superstar. He hasn't played like that consistently, and I know he's been hurt. But he's another guy that could make a big difference.
No, 100%. Yep. So we,
Hold on,
again, I think you're right. Duclair, man, if he starts scoring, I think that's just going to open up everybody else. Also Bennett, Bennett could get hot. We have the right pieces. Even Luciano, but he's surprising me, 100%. So we do have a lot of good pieces, and we just need to make that run. They set Lyon down today to bring up the other guy, Rosado. They brought him up.
That's because they know Bob's going to be in both games, and they want to give Lyon some playing time.
They want to give Lyon some playing time. Yeah.
And I guess the Checkers are in the midst of a
that's true.
Fight for their playoffs.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point.
Yeah, no doubt. So let's ride Bob. Hopefully to the playoffs. That's what we need right now, man. But hey, I'm glad that I finally found my
that'll work out. Yeah, really appreciate it.
All right, guys, I appreciate you bringing me back on. I don't want to take up too much of your time.
All right, Paul.
Now we know to use the iPad next time.
Yeah,
100%. All right, guys. Hey,
all right, brother.
Panthers,
appreciate
man.
all the support, man. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Always, man. Always.
Yep.
Let's all get together soon. Definitely, man. I want to come up for a game.
Okay.
Yep.
We'll talk.
All right, guys.
All right,
have a good night.
Later.
All right,
you
bye-bye.
too.
Yep.
All right, real quick here. Ollie had a question about next year streaming games. Next year will be more than this year. Just like last year I did, and then this year I added stuff in. I've got stuff that I'm adding in next year. I'm just going to keep on adding stuff as long as my health allows me to continue adding stuff. And, I only get that exhausted thing a couple nights. So, a couple nights out of the year, as long as my health is good, I will continue to add content to the channel. So yeah, definitely all the games next year, just like this year. And with Kyle's help, it really makes a big difference. So, and Kyle is going on vacation. Last thing here real quick. He's going on vacation. He leaves the 23rd and comes back the 4th. So, I'll be doing the streams. I'm going to hook up with a couple people to maybe pop on as guests. But the day he comes back from Florida is the Sabres game, and it's at home. So, we'll be rocking in April 4th.
Is that a
April
Saturday?
4th is no, it's a Thursday or a Tuesday. He leaves on Thursday, comes back on a Tuesday. So it's a Tuesday. So, all right, everybody. We really appreciate everybody coming out. I'm distracted now because I heard the pizza ding. She got the good pizzas. So I heard the pizza ding. So I'm ready. What do we got? We got hockey tomorrow. So you know the drill, Colin. I'll be back We're going to do the podcast and everything tomorrow. Now, Friday, last thing, Friday is Kyle's birthday. So I most likely won't have a podcast out on Thursday because I'm taking him out. I'm taking him out to celebrate his birthday and
Nice.
everything. So, all right. So I'm gonna let Ethan come on here. This is the last guest here because Ethan's got something he's working on with me. So I want to make sure I get him on, but he'll be the last guest. So Ethan, you there?
Hi.
Hey, buddy. All right. Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm glad you were able to jump on at the last minute. Here.
Yeah, I just came back from dinner. I didn't realize you guys were doing this. Normally I'm doing something on Wednesday nights. Or there's a game or something, so I'm normally not allowed, can't come on. But this is sick, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, for those of you who don't know, Ethan, now look, man, I apologize. You know what I'm gonna say. Is it bass or bass? And I promise I'll remember.
It's bad.
Bass. So it's like the fish. Okay, that
Yeah,
helps. That helps. Okay. So Ethan, he's worked on a few things for me. He was responsible for a lot of the video footage in that opening day in the song that I did for the opening day. And we've been working today. We've got a hell of a project.
Really cool, yeah.
That we're putting together. We're putting it together with the assumption that the Panthers are making the playoffs.
That's how, according to Money Pucket's 50% right now. So.
Exactly. We're putting it together. And if they don't, we're still putting it out. They don't, you know what I mean? There'll just be a little bit of a tweak to some of the words there. But so go ahead, buddy. What do you got for me? Because I'm ready to go eat my pizza.
So I want to talk about something. I think it's
Sure.
the topic that I talked about with my friends who go to the game with me as well. And it's just the in-game production. I chatted about you with you. To me, it's terrible. Like, I love the Panthers, don't get me wrong. Like, it's my favorite team in all of sports, but I feel like the production, especially the pregame intro and just like throughout the game goes, it's just honestly subpar.
Right. I know that the speakers have been a subject of much chagrin for a long time.
You can't hear anything that's going on. Like, nothing.
You know, and those are the same speakers they have for like concerts and whatnot, right?
I don't think so because I think they bring in speakers.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
But because for the All-Star game they brought in speakers.
Right. Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Then they took them away. But apparently they're getting new speakers next year.
They're going to put in new speakers next year.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's weird because they're certainly not afraid. They're not shy of spending money.
No, I don't know. Some of the marketing decisions are kind of questionable. Like I don't know if you've ever been to the stadium because I know you live in Maryland, but like on the way to the stadium, like for the playoffs and then for the All-Star game, they had banners all across the way in, and then as soon as that's over, they take it down. Which I'm like, why do you take it down? Like keep banners up.
Right.
Like. With other teams, like I've been to Tampa multiple times. I've been I've been to Montreal, New York, and those are bigger markets. But they have like pop-up shops everywhere. They have flags everywhere. In downtown Tampa, literally every street is covered with Tampa Bay or Buccaneers or Lightning stuff. Like it should be somewhere in Fort Lauderdale where it's just all about Panthers. And then like even just going to like the Dick's Sporting Goods in Sawgrass Mills, they sell like barely any Panther stuff there, right next to the stadium. It's like ridiculous.
I guarantee you, if we make the Stanley Cup Finals, you'll see that.
Yeah.
In '96, I remember driving down to Miami Arena from Boca, and every light pole on I-95 had Panther Stanley Cup banners on them.
Yeah.
So we got to get there first.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is you got to win. And especially down there in South Florida, I mean, not to poo-poo your point because you're not wrong, but especially down there, you could throw all the advertising at it that you want. People want to go to a winner because otherwise they could just go to the beach and watch it or listen on their phone. You know what I mean?
Dolphins this past year.
What's that?
You see with the Dolphins, like the Dolphins were getting crazy number of attendances because they started winning.
Right.
I think that's just, and same thing happened with the Heat. Like right after Bosch and Wade left, no one showed up. And then as soon as they got Butler, people started, to sell it every night.
Right.
I
Yeah.
think
But now in terms of the pregame,
it's terrible.
yeah, I've seen people complain about it on Twitter year after year after year. I know one guy reached out to me last year about the Let's Go Panthers song, and then he just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
But that's probably because I'm not, my early years of videos weren't exactly the most,
Mhm.
I'm not sure I'm the most popular guy in the building. You know what I mean? They're all about the positivity. Which that's fine. I'm not.
I just think it's like they start the intro where Stanley comes out. He has a flag. He does like 2 circles and he's off. And then they play like Welcome to the Jungle, but they don't have a video with Welcome to the Jungle. So it's literally just Welcome to the Jungle song with flashing lights. I mean, that's cool, but like put a video alongside that.
Right.
And then their video, it's cool and all, but like, I don't know, like they don't have a lot of commentary in there. It's just like beat music playing. Whereas I would have put Goldie in like a lot of seconds, like Home Baby, and then they cut that into a short, and they have like a 45-second, or 30-second to 45-second music pot, like with like another song playing, and then they bring out the team.
That's weird. Maybe what you should do is put together something, yourself.
Yeah.
And then, or, maybe we should work on something and just present it to them and say, hey, look, you don't have to use my voice or whatever, but maybe put the ear in their butt, give them the idea that maybe, just some improvements should be made. Cause I've seen that complaint more than once.
Last month, I talked to I went to a job event at the arena, and I talked to the head marketing person for the Panthers, and she's brand new. She just got the job 2 months ago. So
right.
Hopefully she can make a change in the production, since I don't know. Like,
well, they have a whole team of game presentation.
Yeah.
It's called. You put something together, bro. I'll get it to the right people. How's that?
Yeah.
All right, you heard that.
You got to put together something first class.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's tough. I'm still a senior in high school. I don't really have the top end.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of geniuses have, there's been plenty of 16-year-old geniuses, all right, that have, I mean, I hate to say it, but obviously, Steve Jobs and Wozniak were teenagers. I mean, those 2 guys were deadheads.
Yeah.
That created Apple in a garage. So anything's possible.
Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Next time you go, just time it. How much time?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How much?
7-minute mark, I think. I'll be there tomorrow night, so I'll check. Okay.
Yeah. Just time it. We'll see how much space that we're looking, and then. Man, we'll just write a script and do it. It can't hurt us. You know what I mean? Yeah. And even if they don't use what we're giving them, if they see it and they think, well, yeah, maybe we could improve what we're doing. You know what I mean? Even if they don't use what we give them, if they see it and they get the bug that maybe they could improve it, it's worth a shot. You know what I mean?
100%. I'm definitely trying. Yeah.
I mean, you got good editing skills. I don't. No. What you did for the video was perfect. I couldn't have thought it up the way that you put it together. It just, I mean, you saw it just worked perfectly. So I'm excited to see what you put together.
Yeah. I'm starting to work on it. So.
Yeah. So. All right, brother.
I don't keep too much of your time, so.
No, that's okay, man. I know that pizza's ready, and she's texting me.
We'll eat the pizza. I appreciate you guys. Hey,
I'm
let's
ready.
hope the Ducks win tonight, and
the
Panthers.
All right, Ethan. We'll chat again soon, buddy. Okay. All right. So, all right, everybody.
Before you run.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about it until the end there, but the Duke.
Yeah.
The Duke's pivotal guy.
We just need him to get one in.
I think once he scores a goal on his own, not an empty netter, and it gets that confidence going. I mean, what I really want to see is one of those patented Duke breakaways.
Yeah.
Where he just, fakes the goalie out of his jockstrap and puts it in. He almost did it the other night.
He almost did it the other night. We're all waiting to see that smile. That's
and I'll
for
end
sure.
with that.
Yep.
So go enjoy your pizza.
All right, guys. Really appreciate all the support. This was good. You know the drill. I'll be back with the podcast tomorrow, and Colin and I'll be back 15 minutes before the game. And 2 points. Go Ducks. Quackity, quack, 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 quack.